the Great Lakes.
Oh, okay, okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, my kids keep on calling it the ocean. I'm like, no, it's just a really big lake. You just can't see the other side of it. Yeah, actually, I have vacation that I thought expired that I didn't use up from last year still, and they just sent an email saying that they've extended it to the end of this month. So I think I definitely have to take last week off. I think we might go camping though. We'll see.
Nice.
Yeah, I had a cheap drone, right, that I bought for like $150 or whatever it is, and I've crashed it enough times that I had to replace every single blade because they were all cracking or messed up in some way, and the thing was not flying properly anymore.
Have you done each time the gyroscope calibration?
Like every time I start it up, yeah.
Okay, I had a pretty expensive drones. It was acting like a drunk man. It was awful. I could barely bring it back because I forgot to do that gyroscope calibration.
Yeah. Easter, I think was when I really busted it up. My sister-in-law lives out in the middle of just a bunch of farmland, and it's always windy there because there's no trees. And I took it off in the backyard, and everything was okay. I was a little afraid that it wouldn't be able to hold up in the wind, but when I took off, it was okay. It kept its coordinates or whatever it was. Didn't start moving too much. And about halfway through, like the Easter egg hunt, it just, or maybe like right near the end of the Easter egg hunt, I guess, it just took off, and it just started going east, like, and I couldn't control it. It didn't let me do anything. I couldn't go left, right, forward, backwards, whatever. Nothing worked on the stupid thing. So I don't know what happened. And then I had to, if I hold down the two buttons on the top of the remote, like the camera buttons or whatever it is, it's a kill switch. And so I had to basically use the kill switch because I think even the up down wasn't working so well. And so I just had to like drop it. But I think that was the second last time I used it before I had to fix the blades.
Did you had any cell tower next to you or something?
No. That's all just out in the middle of the field. So there's nothing around for a while.
It happened to me once. I was at the top of a mountain, and there is like a monument, like out of rock, like made naturally, that looks like some old woman's, and is named Babele, which means old woman's at plural. And there is a cabin, I think, and they have the antennas. The GSM tower is basically on the side of the cabin, and I've raised the drone not to control it at all, and it was like 2 meters above me, and I wasn't able to reach it. It was so freaking awful.
Oh wow. Yeah. No, I don't know. I think it tried to maybe like go home and it thought home was somewhere else. Right? I don't know. I mean my drone is limited to 100 meters. So it can't even go that far, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. But I've crashed it enough times. I tried chasing someone down the street with it someone was on a bike at my parents' house, and I was kind of following them, and I ended up clipping the electrical wires, phone wires that was like crossing the street. I just happened to hit them. So it that one hit the ground pretty bad. Smashed the front a little bit, and I'm sure some of the blades got wrecked there. But yeah, I think between that and the downing it, and then some other incidences where it just like drifted into the trees, all the blades got messed up and had to be replaced. So now that I've done that a few weeks ago, or whatever, it seems to be flying okay again, thankfully.
Yeah, I was very passionate about drones, and I've brought a few of them, and quite expensive. And I also brought extra batteries, accessories, backpack, all sorts of things. And I kind of got bored because every time it's such a responsibility, and also they changed the laws, and now they before you could fly a drone under 500 grams without authorization and shit. Now they've moved it after the European law to 250 grams and all sorts of shit. And I kind of got bored of all of that. I started flying more lazy tourist, more going with the e-bike. I don't care that much about the drones, and they're just collecting dust on the boxes right now. I should freaking get rid of them or something.
Yeah. It's kind of one of those things when you buy a nice camera, you start using it for a little bit and for the first year or so. But if you're not using it for work or something, then it kind of just, use it like once, twice a year, and then it just sits collecting dust more or less the rest of the time.
Together with the big drone, I also brought a camera and I actually used it just once. And I also brought one of those big gimbals that can hold a 4 kilogram camera, like a 10-pound camera or something. And that one I haven't even used once.
Yeah. I keep on bringing my big camera camping, like portaging, right? So just go in the canoe, I don't know, 10 kilometers or so, 20 kilometers in. I mean, depending on the trip, if the kids are with us or not, if the kids are with us, we'll do smaller trips. If it's just adults, then we'll do like a big circle and we'll do like 80K in 5 days or something silly.
Oh, that's awesome.
But so even on the smaller trips, mainly on the smaller trips, I'll bring my DLSR. And the last 2 years, I've cracked the filter on it from somebody dropping it on a rock or me slipping. The first year I slipped, and it basically took the brunt and cracked the filter. And then the second time, someone else grabbed my bag, and when I opened it up, when we got to camp, it was cracked. I'm like, oh, okay, great.
I also ordered from USA one of those filters, variable filter, together with the filter sets for the drones. And I've paid quite a bit on the import fees and shipping fees and all sorts of bullshit. And basically, for the camera, I never even used it once, the filter. I mean, I should actually get rid of all of this shit.
Yeah. It's just they're fun toys, and you think you want to use them and whatever, and then I don't know. Especially mine, the drone footage I saw from yours, the one time that you showed it to me, looked great. Because the gimbal, mine doesn't have any of that, right? It's a much cheaper drone, and the footage is really rough. Because anytime you move it you just tilts up or down 30 degrees or whatever, and it's unless you continuously move or just stay still. The footage is not fantastic if you're going to do any kind of video. At least maybe stills are okay, but yeah, it's interesting, and then it just gets more expensive as you try to get better stuff, just like anything with the cameras for the most part. I had a crop frame sensor camera. I had a Canon, a T4i, or no, T4i. I forget what it was. I think it was a 650, whatever, in Asia or Europe. I don't know what they have different names for it. And then I realized I really hated the crop sensor, so then I went and got a Canon. Oh, what is it called now? D2. Give me 1 second. Yeah, a 6D Mark II. So I got one of the cheaper full frame cameras from Canon, but it has the articulating screen, so it's good for like videos and stuff too, and just more amateur stuff, right? It's not so professional, and it's better obviously than the crop frame sensor, but then the focus points aren't, there's not as many of them, and they're not as quick as the professional ones, right? So you still have a little bit of issue if you're trying to catch something quick or whatever. It's not great at movies. It's good. Yeah, it's pretty decent with movies, I would say, but still, it's not. I mean, there's better. I think the Sony cameras are probably better for some of that, for a lot of that stuff, and I don't know. The DSLRs are kind of getting replaced now, I think, by the mirrorless ones. They're getting right up there.
Yeah, mine is mirrorless, but I don't even recall what brand it is actually. I have to go and search for it to know what camera I have. When I was little, I was passionate about photography, and I had some cheap cameras, like semi-professionals, and I was actually using them. And now later on, when I've got the possibility to buy whatever I want, I've got them and never used them. I mean, it's such a shame.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Yeah. So hopefully I don't know. Hopefully I'll still use. I mean, I'll still use it, but it's probably not worth the money invested, because I think it was like $1,000, $1,200 or $1,200 just for the camera, then another 1,000 for the one lens. Plus I bought another lens before, and I had the whole other camera before, and you know, smartphones work really well, for most things. Unless I really got to zoom in, smartphones seem to work much better. So
Yeah, actually, with big zoom, I like that Nikon P900 and P1000. One of them is like 83x optic, and the other one is like a 100x optic or something like this. And you can do like real nice photography at distance. It's like a paparazzi camera or something. It's good if you want to catch a frame somewhere very far away.
yeah, and I saw online. I think I noticed it was last year, maybe the year before. I noticed people are doing night photography where they're filming galaxies far, far away, and if you go somewhere where there's a dark sky, right? So I gotta get out of town. But if I go somewhere where there's dark skies, then you can just use a regular camera, more or less, and get a picture of whatever the Andromeda galaxy or whatever it is, just with a regular DSLR or whatever. You just need to take like 500 pictures, and then they stack the pictures together, remove the noise, right? It automatically figures it out, removes the noise, and with a little bit of editing, you can get a really nice, like a half decent picture. You don't even need a tracker to track the stars or anything like that. You just use a regular tripod. You just have to readjust it every, I don't know, depending on your camera or whatever, but every so many minutes, right? Every 20 minutes or something, probably. You have to probably readjust it so that you don't, the sky doesn't move too far on you, right? When you're taking the picture. So you can get the center of the picture at least, done. But it looked really cool, and I wanted to try it.
You just reminded me that a few years ago I actually had a telescope that I used like 5 times or something to show off in front of my friends, and that was all. And I didn't have a tracker on it, so it was actually awful. I would have fixed it on the moon, for example, and until the next friend would have been able to put his eye there, he already had to move a bit to the telescope in order to see the frame again.
Yeah, yeah. Especially when you zoom in, it just it's funny how fast it moves. You don't really notice it quite. Yeah, you don't notice if you're not really paying attention to it, but then if you're trying to take a picture of it, you definitely notice it.
Yeah, yeah. And then I found out that the moon actually rolls on the sky. It actually spins also, apart from the move on the sky.
Really? I did not know that.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to pay attention to that. Yeah. Anyways, I gotta get going. I gotta head out to a party now, so I'll talk to you later, I guess.
Have fun. Have fun.
Yeah, I think it's gonna thunderstorm soon, so we gotta hurry up if we want to go swimming.
Nice.